You're tuned into All2ReelToo. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by all2reeltoo.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2ReelToo. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Destiny. Salty was there for my birth heart.
Salty was there for your birth in Carta?
Yep.
That's a weird name.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense when we get into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When we get into the salty water?
No, I mean, I get it. I guess, yeah, that too. But I meant like when we get into the episode.
Oh, okay.
But we can also get in salty water as well. So.
Well, I'm actually sitting in a pool of salty water right now.
All right. Well, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my legs changed into like fins, though. It's weird.
I have a question about that later. We'll get into it. But there is that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's kind of cold though, because it's like 0 degrees outside, and I've got my bare fins in this pool of salty water right now.
Yeah.
I had to set this up at my computer desk. It was really weird.
I mean, hey, if it works, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm in a little kiddie pool. It's got turtles on the side of it. It's kind of cute.
Just be careful not to get any electricity.
Oh, ouch. Oh, yeah. I think I just electrocuted myself. Okay. Anyways. So today, folks, on the show, we are covering the made-for-TV movie Splash 2, TOO. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, this is a 1988 movie that aired on ABC. So this is a sequel to the 1984 Tom Hanks starring movie Splash, which was a splash hit.
I get it. But unlike The Jerk 2, which shares an actor with this movie, this actually is a different plot than whereas The Jerk 2 was just the same story.
Also, I mean, well, The Jerk 2 didn't make sense because it kind of implied that there was another jerk. This one,
okay,
TOO still doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Or maybe it's because it's another Splash. I don't know what. I'm confused. But it would probably make more sense to call it Splash TWO.
Yeah.
Or call it another Splash. That's what I would have called it. But yeah.
Yeah, the comma and then TOO, which that's also The Jerk was comma. So I don't know if that's what they were doing that for that whatever reason that. I mean, that's 84. This was 88. That's 4 years later. And
when I see 2 in a title, I always think of Teen Wolf 2, which made sense because it was a different Teen Wolf. Because Jason Bateman played a different character than Michael J. Fox played. He was his cousin. So it was like, I'm also a Teen Wolf because TOO means also. So
right, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Or maybe it's just saying this is Splash also. I don't know. It's confusing.
I like how we were just like a minute ago criticizing the Manhattan nitpicker about language. And now here we are talking about.
Yes. So I think we should spend the next hour and a half, dissecting just the title of this movie.
Yes. Yes. Oh, God.
Oh, that would be a great podcast. Anyway, no. So the Internet Movie Database log line here for this movie is Alan and Madison return to New York, one to save his business, the other to save a dolphin in captivity. Yes. This was directed by Greg Aki, who basically looks like he's directed a bunch of TV shows.
Okay.
I do not see another single movie on here, but he's directed like Herman's Head.
Oh,
The Tortellis, It's a Living, Perfect Strangers,
Nice.
Royal Family. Oh, that's weird. I was just talking about the Royal Family the other day. That was the show that Red Fox died on the set of. Yeah, Red Fox was always known for doing his fake heart attacks on Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
And he actually had a heart attack on the set of Royal Family when they were rehearsing, and people thought he was joking.
Oh my God, that's fucking morbid, dude. Did we cover Herman's Head, the pilot?
Yes, we did. We did cover the pilot of Herman's Head. I recommend checking out that episode.
Yeah.
So this was written based on the characters created by Bruce J. Friedman for the first movie. And this was written by another Bruce Franklin Singer, who is known as a writer for episodes of Moonlighting, Sunset Beach, Burke's Law, The Killing Time, Diagnosis Murder, things of that nature. So, and this movie stars Todd Waring as Alan Bauer, taking over for Tom Hanks, Amy Yasbeck, who is a Facebook friend of mine. So if you happen to be listening to this, Amy, you were the best part of this movie, and I'm not just saying that. As Madison Bauer, Donovan Scott. She's taking over for, by the way, for Daryl Hannah. You got Donovan Scott as Freddie Bauer, taking over from John Candy. And then we've got Rita Taggart as Fern Hooten, Noble Willingham as Carl Hooten. You've got Dody Goodman, the only returning actor from the original movie, playing Mrs. Steimler. You got Mark Blankfield, star of The Jerk, 2, as Dr. Otto Venus. You got Barney Martin as Herb Needler and Doris Balak as Lois Needler, and then other people. So initial thoughts here on Splash, 2.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't like good necessarily, but it kind of reminds me of like watching like made for TV movies as like a kid, like with with the family, where it's like you're not like 100% invested into it, but you're still kind of watching it and you're kind of getting into it. Not second screen Netflix style where you're barely even paying attention at all to it, but like you're not just having it on as like a background, like you are still actively watching it, but you might not be like 100% invested into it, like emotionally, like you would for like the original movie or whatever. But but I was surprised that it wasn't like 100% terrible. Like a lot of these movies tend to be that way. What I like about this is that it actually is a sequel. Like it's not just the same plot with different actors. Like it actually does continue the story. Yeah. However, they kind of contradicted the first movie because
that's what I was going to say. It kind of negates the ending of the first movie where they were forced to basically live underwater forever. And Addison tells him that, or Madison, not Addison. Madison tells him that he has to live under water for the rest of his life, but somehow magically now he doesn't have to.
Yeah, they're just like hanging out like on the shore and all that kind of stuff. He's bored all the time. He's got nothing to do. It was just, I not like how he was treating her in this movie. Actually, he was kind of pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, but he came around, which was good.
Yeah.
Do you want me to cover some trivia here from IMDb before we get into the plot?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so Amy Yasbeck went through extensive physical training in preparing to play Madison for the underwater swimming shoots when in her mermaid tail costume. She was originally offered to wear the mermaid tail costume worn by Daryl Hannah from the first Splash, but she could not fit into it. So they did a body cast of her and her stunt swimmer, and the tail was made for her. It took 3 people to zip up the tail, and then lift her into the water. Wow. As I said, Dody Goodman was the only person to return. This was the first movie ever to be filmed at the then new Disney MGM studio complex in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
None of this was filmed in New York, which you can tell. But anyways, so
definitely. I thought it was like California or some shit.
As a result of unavailability of the first film's stars, Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, and John Candy did not reprise their roles. Hanks had opted for the lead in Big instead.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better
Candy was making The Great Outdoors, and Hannah was committed to Steel Magnolias. All three of those movies are good movies. So it's just
imagine if they did like would have like completely changed the arc of their like either for the worst or for the better. Like,
yeah, it could have like destroyed Tom Hanks's career.
He's he's not doing big. Like whoever else was gonna do big, maybe that guy.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they had a few ideas. You know, they usually do. Like Jason Bateman, because we were just talking about that. You know, I don't know for them.
He was probably too young at that time, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He probably was.
So this has never been released on home media in the United States. It has other countries. Yeah, we found it on YouTube. It was actually recorded from a Irish television station.
Even better. I like it when it does that shit.
Yeah, RTE. So
like it's almost like we're getting like bootleg. I guess technically it is bootleg, but nobody cares too much about it.
And
that's something that's gonna be like
Todd Waring, who plays Alan Bauer in this sequel film, also played David Bastner in the TV spin-off of Nothing in Common. Both roles were originated by Tom Hanks.
Wow.
So yeah, there was a short-lived spin-off of the movie Nothing in Common.
Okay, well,
and, yeah,
that's
Nothing in Common. I remember liking that movie. That was Jackie Gleason and Tom Hanks.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I remember it being like one of those movies that I would probably catch like halfway through and then finish watching it again later, because it like when we had like free HBO or Cinemax or Showtime or something. So
right, yeah, that's cool.
So, what goes down in Splash Town?
Well, I guess like we said, he's just getting antsy. He's not having much fun. He is it Alan Bauer or Freddie Bauer? That's
Alan is the main guy.
Yeah. So Alan, he's not having any fun. He's just kind of bored. Just hanging out with his wife, which that kind of already indicates that there's probably some problems in the marriage where you're not happy with your wife. You're like, I'm bored. I'm bored.
See, if I were writing this, I would have had them going to a therapist who was like a dolphin.
Yeah, like a mermaid therapist or something like a merman or a mermaid therapist. And so, because he just kind of like, he kind of feels guilty that he left the business to his brother, I guess, who's kind of not very good at running that family business. So she's like, well, we can always go back, which again, can't, because it goes against the rules in the first movie, but fine.
But let's forget about that.
What's that?
It's 4 years later and people are watching this on TV, so they won't remember, right?
They won't remember that. This is before continuity became like a thing that people care about. Like this is before like, in episode 4, minute 15 and minutes and 17 seconds, there's like this the locker from the show, it's got a red combination lock. But then in episode 7 of season 2, it's actually purple. Well, is that like a symbolism? Because like red, purple's kind of like it's like red, but it's like it's not. It's like blue.
No, it's just that Jimmy in the prop crew lost the red one, and they had to replace it, and they didn't have a red one.
that's the thing too. Like with Stranger Things, for example, like the whole conformity gate thing. Yeah. Like people were literally like dissecting. Like they were putting like way more effort in this than the actual Duffer Brothers were about their own show. Mm-hmm. They're like, what? This might be like a different timeline, or Vecna's playing with their minds, but then he got some things wrong, and like that's the reason why it looks different. Like I remember one person was talking about how Will mentioned that he likes milkshakes from this place, but that was like a place that was popular during Vecna's time as a kid and teenager, and so that proved that was Vecna, but he accidentally put his own memory into the fake memory. I'm like, no, that's not happening, dude. None of that is happening. And it would be cool if it was, but like, so no one really cared about this stuff back then. Like, who cares if a main plot point, like one of the biggest plot points of the whole movie.
People spend more time analyzing TV and movies now than Congress does actually reading the bills that they pass.
Right.
Yeah. So
true. No, it's true. It's true. So like, so they go back. Because he cares more about his produce business than they care about actually serving the country if they get paid for it. Anyway, so they swim back to New York or whatever to help, and of course they got the John Candy like character who is looks a little bit like him, but not really too much. He wants to. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. She has like this weird device where you can like communicate. Like I don't know if it's like a seashell but you can actually like
no, it's just like in water. Yeah. She just like moves her hand and can do it. It's not like I don't even think there's a device.
It's like mermaid magic, basically.
Yeah.
So
which
they're talking to him.
Wasn't a thing in the first movie at all. So
that's another movie made up there. Okay. Maybe she got extra powers after she went back. I don't know. And so and so they're actually communicating with Alan's brother, Freddie. Is it Freddie?
Yeah.
Freddie, and then Freddie thinks he's like a man, like he's hallucinating, imagine the whole thing. So he leaves it, and they're like, oh shit. And he finally makes it back, and Alan makes it back, and because Freddie's trying to secure this business deal with this guy, and he's not really doing a very good job at it. So then Alan comes in to save the day, and then Freddie's like surprised to see him, and he's like, wait, what are you doing here? And blah blah blah. And then sorry, I'm like, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Probably from all the seawater I've been drinking now. I'm like, damn, trying to swim.
You got to stop that.
I got to stop drinking salt water. I know. And then so they
for a cough though. So I don't know.
I'm just drinking bottled salt water. No, I'm kidding. So they go. He wants to help fix the family business because it's struggling without him. Because he's more of the organizational brother who knows how to do that stuff better. And then so they buy a home or they rent a home. They got this really
basically what happened was Freddie sold Alan's apartment that he had in Manhattan and then bought a piece of shit in the suburbs. Which I think that they, maybe they had like 2 like Tom Hanks movies on their mind when they did that, because there was the movie Money Pit that would come out before this. So
right, exactly. And then they got this really nosy neighbor who's always like, by the way, there's a scene in this movie that I was absolutely shocked was in a made-for-TV movie that families would likely be watching. We'll get into that later. But sorry, my microphone was.
Oh, you're good.
Sometimes it distorts if I touch the wire incorrectly. So they got this really snoopy neighbor. Things are going okay for a while. All she needs to do is be in salt water for like a few times a day or something like that. Yeah. To make sure that she can live or whatever. Yeah. And this comes into play later, and it's okay at first, but then Alan's basically just like turning her into like a housewife essentially without really realizing that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, she like agrees to do it, but it's like to live on land. But he starts to become very controlling, and and then like there's even a scene where she is like basically mimicking June Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver or something, So it's like, she's trying to be the all-American housewife.
Right, because she's very literal about stuff. Like she, doesn't really understand like jokes or like metaphors or whatever. So she kind of just, speaks very, very literal, So at one point,
very similar humor to The Jerk 2, where he would say things that he just misunderstood, and people would think he's joking, but she would say things that she misunderstands, and people think she's joking. So
exactly. It's very like when she gave someone orange juice from the freezer, and she just dumped the frozen thing into the cup. Then she just kind of sat it down like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, and that brings us to the fact that, okay, so the produce people, they're trying to get this big deal with this big shopping center people that this guy, Carl Hooten, and his company that owns like some chain of grocery stores or whatever, and for their produce. And so basically his wife comes over sometimes to Fern, and she becomes friends with Madison. So which is kind of cool.
She's kind of like, she's kind of the one that kind of like tells her like, you should do what you want to do and don't worry about, your husband. That kind of plays into her plot. Cause like there's like 2 separate plots going on with her thing. And she ends up finding this dolphin called Salty that she knows like personally friend, like who's now like basically in a lab by to play the jerk in the last movie.
This like aquarium, and the aquarium scenes were actually shot at the Living Seas Pavilion at Epcot Center.
Oh, okay.
Which is now, I guess, called the Sea or something like that, and it's like I think it's got like a Finding Nemo like overlay to it now or something. So,
wow, yeah. So this guy, he's got this
back when Epcot was actually like supposed to be a learning place, and now it's like any other theme park.
Right. Yeah. It's just like So she finds Salty, is this dolphin's name, in a lab at the aquarium. This guy, our villain in the story, he's got the most diabolical idea ever, but for possibly the lowest stakes in human history about what his actual grand design is. He wants his device to control dolphins, go into their minds through electro whatever, I don't know, whatever it is, some kind of sciencey shit, and then actually get into the minds of the dolphins or control them. I'm like, okay, that's pretty interesting. What's he gonna do with this? Is he gonna create a dolphin army to do his bidding? No, his plan is to have the dolphins lure tuna fish into the nets better so that they can catch more tuna. What? That's why you're building this? What?
I mean, does he work for Starkist on the side or something? I mean, for Chicken of the Sea or something? What's going on?
I'm not sure. He got some side deal with them, but we don't know that that's his idea. And then his lackey, he treats like shit. He's like, well, won't the, because he doesn't want the dolphins to eat any of the tuna as their reward. He wants them to be enslaved and work for free, literally enslaved and not brainwashed, mind controlled. And then he's like, well, won't the dolphins starve? He goes, possibly. So wait, you care that much about getting more tuna fish that you don't want to even give them a few fish to live off of? How much tuna are you going to be saving by doing it?
But you see, the thing is with this plan, it's much like modern day conservative plans where they only care about this moment, because you're not thinking through things, because eventually if you do this, you're going to kill all the dolphins. Then who's going to corral all of your tuna into one place?
There you go. It's a perfect metaphor for what's going on.
Yes.
For what has gone on.
It's just like people don't care about the environment because, I'll be dead by the time, whole planet melts away and shit. But whatever.
Future generations, fuck them or whatever. Yeah. And so that's his big design, is he wants more tuna fish and doesn't want to feed the dolphins, doesn't want to pay them. So he wants dolphin slavery is what he is. He's a dolphin slaver.
Yes.
So that's his big. That's the guy who played the jerk or Nathan or not Nathan in the Jerk 2 4 years before this movie.
Yeah, Mark Blankfield.
Yeah, and he was kind of funny. He was like a stupid villain, whatever. Fine. He seemed to know though that Madison. I don't know if he knew that she was a mermaid, but he had some. He
knew she had an ability to communicate with Salty. So
that's what it was. Yeah, so he wanted to use her to help with his his grand plan, but it didn't work out. So that's her story going on, and
she basically wants to free Salty.
Yeah, because that's an actual personal friend of hers that she knows in real life. And then she'll meet up with her husband, Alan, here and there. But a lot of the stuff they're doing is separate in the movie. They're not doing a whole lot together. When they do, again, it's Alan just basically trying to control her. But I got to get to the scene. So, the whole aquarium thing, that's where they're going to do this fundraiser bullshit. She's kind of feeling great about it because it's and so there's a scene where he accidentally spills water on her at the restaurant. I don't understand, because she said salt water. Are they drinking salt water in the restaurant? Why would this do anything to make her fins come out? I don't.
That's one thing that confused me, because I don't know. I'm not sure what the lore here is.
Well, because earlier though she said as long as I have access to salt water. Yeah. I don't know if she said it
when she's in the salt water, her fin comes out and her legs go away. But
for some reason,
in this restaurant, he spills what I'm just assuming is a regular, glass of water that your waiter gives you or whatever. But yeah.
And so this scene, I am shocked. 1988, that this was on a made-for-TV movie that, again, probably families were watching together. It was not like some.
Oh no.
It's not like some really serious movie, not for kids or whatever. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was part of. I don't know if this was part of the Wonderful World of Disney or something. It might have even been. So
it's even worse. It was even worse. So he goes under the table to try to fix the fins or whatever, and she's writhing around because he's moving the fins around, but she's jumping in her seats and writhing around or whatever.
Yeah,
and then the nosy neighbor is seeing this, and she's like, he's under the table, and he's like. Her husband's always like, yes, dear. He's never paying attention to what she's saying. Okay, dear. And then this is going on for feels like 2 minutes. How long? And then he goes, well, maybe he's eating something down there. I'm they let that in this movie?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like he didn't say it like in a sexual way, though.
No, he didn't. That's why I know he didn't say it like that, but still, like the implication,
it's so funny. I mean, it's the same thing like when you watch old Looney Tunes or something, and you'll get these like sexual innuendo in there that are like there for the adults, but the kids, it'll probably go over the kid's head.
Yeah, but this was pretty because this went even further because she had a wet spot on her pants because of the water. So they thought, okay, so now we're really we're just going all in on this joke now.
Yeah.
And so he had to put like something like, so that
he grabbed a wine list.
List.
Yeah.
And so we're like, wow, they let this happen, which is weird because like I was talking about later about the other show, how that was also, but even with that show, that was actually more subtle than what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to be fair, she wasn't like making a whole bunch of noise. Like, she wasn't doing like the Meg Ryan thing. She wasn't like, but still, she was moving around, that, and like, again, I was watching this earlier as I was eating lunch. For real.
Did you spill water on yourself?
No, actually eating lunch, like not a metaphor, like for real. Like I was eating oh my God, I was literally eating the taco. I'm not joking.
So yeah, we'll just like breeze past that.
I just realized the extra metaphor of what I was eating at the time.
So how about the local sports teams and the games and things?
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
So the whole thing is like basically the whole like point of the movie then is that they want to try to rescue Salty. Madison gets to the point where she's kind of pissed off, so she decides to go back to the ocean because she's being treated like shit by Alan. Mentally abusive husband basically.
Yep. Yep.
And
gaslighting and emotional abuse.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I guess both forms are emotional abuse, but yeah. But hey, he makes up for it by going underneath the table. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like
callbacks like a minute ago.
Yeah, the other day I was at work speaking of gaslighting. Like I said something to somebody and he was just joking. He was like, "Stop gaslighting me," and and then I said, "Oh, I'm not really." And he's like nobody. Gaslighting is always bad. And I said, but what if that's the only way to light the room?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's not always bad.
You're like, wait, what? Yeah.
He just looked at me. I like to mess with this kid. He's funny though. But I was like the other day I asked him what floor he needed to be on when we're in the elevator, and he says 6. And so I pressed the 6 button, and then I pressed it 2 more times.
Uh-huh.
And he was watching me, and he's like, "Did you just do what I think you did?" And I was like, "Maybe."
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, she finds out that she wants to get Salty back to his mate, and because he misses her, and his mate, it turns out, is pregnant, so he's going to be a daddy. And
congratulations.
Yes, but he might be killed by evil Dr.
Tuna Fish Dude or whatever.
Evil Dr. Tuna Fish Dude. Otto.
Yeah, there you go.
Otto Venus.
That's a weird name.
Yes.
It sounds like penis a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Was that intentional or is that
probably just random?
Yeah, you probably
maybe it was. I don't know.
No, names that people would come up with.
Yeah, but so basically they end up hatching a plan to get Salty out, and it involves Fern and Freddie. They help out and they get Salty out of there.
There you go,
and get him back to the ocean. And then they said that they're going to go back to the ocean, but Alan says he really doesn't want to, and then Madison says she doesn't either. And I'm like, is she just saying that? Is this more of this? Is
this more of the Is it more of gaslighting and the emotional?
Is this Stockholm syndrome or what? But
exactly.
Yeah, but who knows? And then they decide to stay, and it kind of looks like Fern is going to leave her husband for Freddie, which is weird too.
Which is very weird.
Random.
And they could have done though. They could have just split up their time.
Yeah,
live half the year. So that way she's not like just being taken.
I mean, there was this family that lived in my neighborhood, like in the street behind me, that spent their winters in Florida and their summers and stuff in Ohio. But
why couldn't he can't leave the family business for 6 months? Or his brother's that incompetent, then maybe he shouldn't be running the business.
Yeah.
Maybe his brother should find something else.
I'm trying to figure out how long of a time period between the end of the first movie and the beginning of this movie took place that he fucked up the business. Was it years? Was it years or months or?
It was like a year. It wasn't even that long at all. It was. I think he was literally there for like a year, and he was already getting bored.
Maybe he can't leave him with the company for 6 months because he could just fuck it up again. You know.
True, but then like I don't know, find another way. Hire someone who's like a good manager.
Yeah, I was gonna say hire a manager because most good businesses are built on delegation. So
I mean, yeah, like at first, like you got to do it alone because you can't afford to pay for. But after a while, when you're making enough money, just hire someone, you know, like what do you? Yeah, I mean, what's the problem? Like,
I mean, Jeff Bezos isn't the only person fucking over his employees, you know, so it's good, you know.
You know, the produce place here is like they're going to become like a capitalist, you know, enterprise.
Yeah,
be really, really mean to their employee. No, I mean it's true to an extent. Like, like the more you grow, almost every single time it's going to be like I remember a place I used to work for way back in the 70s. The owner of the company was like really, really good to his employees. Like every New Year's, he invited them to like go for like basically like a really expensive steakhouse, and then they could order whatever they wanted. It didn't matter how much it cost. They can order whatever they wanted. Yeah. And she would just pay for it. They gave them all like really hefty Christmas bonuses every single year. Not only that, he also gave them steaks as well, like not in connection with the actual steakhouse, like just separate from there, and a bottle of champagne to all of his employees. Like I don't know how many were working there. Maybe it was like 10, 12, 15, whatever. But you know, but then the more corporate it got, then you know, the less money when he stopped running the business. I mean, you know, he sold it to someone else because he couldn't run anymore, you know, whatever. And then that's when it started getting more corporate, and you know, there wasn't really steak dinners anymore. There wasn't any Christmas bonuses, so you know, it pretty much happened. So yeah, we could have actually seen a very much worse version of this movie where the produce just becomes like really evil, and then there's like a revolution in the thing, and people like start throwing bananas, like Banana Republic, literally a Banana Republic, and then that would have been the end of that movie is him being like decapitated and his head's just on the pike at the end of that. And
I used to my shirt at Banana Republic.
Yeah. It was such a weird thing. Like, why'd they make a store like this phrase Banana Republic means like a dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's like a corporation sets up for the specific purpose of business. Like it's not like that's the very reason for it existing.
Like I said, I mean, when I was a teen and in my 20s, I used to buy dress shirts at Banana Republic because I liked them and they fit well. And I never knew what Banana Republic was until after that, when I took like a world history class in college, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
It was because this guy, he was a banana merchant. I mean, like before that, but like it started off as a banana merchant. And
it was basically they basically took over the country through the banana business, and you know, in short, you know. So if you want to look up that, there's I think it was a Behind the Bastards series about that. That's really good. So look that up somewhere.
Yeah, no, I think I heard some.
There's a podcast that can cover it a lot better than I can. So.
All I'm getting is like the fucking store. I'm trying to find. Okay, finally found the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Coined 1904 by American writer O. Henry.
Yeah.
The actual reason why was because this guy, he was 1870 by Lorenzo Dow Baker.
Yeah.
Captain of the schooner Telegraph, who bought bananas in Jamaica, sold them in Boston at 100,000% profit.
Yeah.
Approved, so that's a lot of money. But banana proved popular with Americans as a nutritious tropical fruit that was less expensive than locally grown fruit in the U.S., such as apples. And then blah, blah, blah. And then basically, I guess it wasn't making as much money anymore. And so he was like, well, we're going to like make them grow shit. And like,
and then he, then they had like, they took on like Edward Mortonbridge, like philosophies to help people believe that bananas were better for you than they actually were and stuff. And but yeah, it's
anyway, but that's what that would have literally would have become a banana. And then like Madison would have divorced him because she can't stand to live with him anymore after that. And then Salty kills him. I don't know. And then what are you typing? What are you
Oh, I'm just typing.
Are you looking it up?
Oh no, I was just checking something else out. But yeah, they're it was for my own benefit.
Okay.
But yeah, so Any other thoughts on this movie?
No, not really. But I'd recommend it. If you want something to watch that you don't have to be super invested in, but not as a second screen. Like you're not going to have like lines going like.
I said that's what I was looking up. I said the wrong person, but yeah,
that's fine. But you're not gonna have a line in the movie going, he's playing for the bad guys now, so that people look up from their phones to realize what's going on in the movie.
Yeah,
like you are gonna have to actually pay attention to the movie somewhat. It's not, but like you don't have to be like super invested into it at the same time. So it's like one of those things where it's kind of like in between the extreme of like being like totally invested in it, but also not just like having it. Like I hate to say this because I like both actresses, but it's not like Two Broke Girls where people mainly just had it in the background. Even though I think both actresses are great at their craft in other shows.
I meant Edward Bernays. I said the wrong.
Bernays, okay.
Edward Weinbridge was a photographer. This was Edward Bernays was the father of public relations and the nephew of Sigmund Freud. That's who I was thinking of. Anyway, so it was just bothering me that I said the wrong person. So I had to correct that, folks.
Right. I mean, hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to actually care about, facts and not make AI videos and pass them off as real to create political instability in a country, especially when it comes to hot button issues, just murder and killing and stuff like that, and
little known fact is this whole time we've been recording this podcast since the beginning, I've been AI.
What? No. God damn it.
Actually, the whole time I've known you and we've been friends for, like 2 decades, I've been AI this whole time.
So AI existed in 2004?
Yes.
Really? Wow. That's pretty advanced. Wow.
Yep. I mean, I look like a human and everything. So, yeah.
Like life without AI was just like so.
Yeah. I'm from the future. Yes.
I remember like I was so amazed when you could convert songs into MIDI format and that you could basically hear the song but through a completely different format. Like to me that freaked me out where to me that was like what? Like we took a Metallica song and we put it in completely different format so we're hearing it different, but it's the same notes, the same chords, the vocal. Obviously, the vocals were usually played by like a piano note or whatever. They weren't actually real vocals, but like now it's like I just go on Suno and I could be like, write a new metal song that's like also like Japanese city pop jazz, and then like it takes like 30 seconds to a minute, and then there you go, a full-fledged song is made for you that actually sounds somewhat decent. It's just wild, man. Like this, that's a weird tangent anyway. Never mind. But like, it's just... I mean,
well, in my opinion, next week we're going to have Splash, 3 completely made with AI.
Oh, God. What was that? I was really surprised by that one actress that I used to have respect for, maybe not so much anymore, but where she basically was making a show that was partially made by AI, but partially made by humans. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why are you like, I mean, I guess I'm a hypocrite. I'm making AI music, but I'm making AI music that intentionally sounds...
I don't know who you're talking about. I had to look into that. But I do know that Darren Aronofsky is making a series about the Revolutionary War completely done with AI.
Come on.
I've seen, there's a trailer out for it at the time that we're recording this, and it doesn't look horrible, but it also looks creepy. So, yeah.
It's the Uncanny Valley shit. There's a whole psychological phenomenon about something that looks too close to human, but not 100% scares people more than like seeing like a completely different creature.
I was at my mom's for Christmas this past year for like, it was the day after Christmas actually, but they decided to randomly watch The Polar Express, and that just creeps me out, that movie. I mean, we did interview one of the stars of that movie, Eddie, what's his name? Eddie shit. I'm getting old. Yeah.
It's all right.
Eddie Deason. That's his name.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He was one of our first interviews for this podcast. So if you want to listen to that, go ahead. But Eddie's kind of a weird dude. But
hey, we all are.
Yeah. The heck? No, he's still okay. For some odd reason, this one website is saying that he died, but he didn't die because everything else is saying he didn't. So anyways, Eddie Deason, it's still alive as far as I know.
That's good. Unlike Catherine O'Hara, which really made me sad.
Yes.
Or makes me, not me.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, folks.
bad. Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed our review of this made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
If you find any other made-for-TV movies or anything you'd like us to cover in the future, send me a message at mike@cullenpark.com. You can find us at all2reeltoo.com and check out our TeePublic and our Patreon there. Good ways to support the show. Become a member at Patreon. I'm going to check it out, but I think you can become a member for free, and then you can get any information that we share on there like right away if I decide to share anything, which I haven't yet. But anyways, in a while at least. But
right.
Our Patreon is patreon.com/all2reeltoo. It's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Also, just share the show with your friends. Share it on social media. Share it in the world. Go out to the ocean, middle of the ocean, and swim and share it with Salty the dolphin if he's still out there. I'd love to have him as a listener. That'd be great.
If he hasn't starved from lack of tuna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't starve dolphins.
No.
Don't starve dolphins. That's
That's a good.
And don't catch them in your nets, because dolphin safe tuna is better than other tuna, which I'll never eat any tuna because I can't stand tuna. But anyway, so
I remember that campaign back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Sinbad was big on it.
Yeah, but don't be catching dolphins in your nets.
Nah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. And remember that, one other thing, because Amy Yasbeck was in this, I'm going to add in our show notes for this episode a link to, trying to find the link really quick before I add it, but the John Ritter Foundation.
Oh.
For the aortic dissection, making a difference in it. I'm gonna, if you want to get involved with them and donate anything, she's the widow of John Ritter. So
okay.
Yeah, that's why she's like the main person behind that organization. So the John Ritter Foundation is a really good charity that helps to fund research and provide education, raise awareness of thoracic aortic aneurysm and dissection, which is it's the random thing that took John Ritter. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, check that out in our show notes. I just wanted to share that. Yeah. Also, just remember that trans lives are human lives. Mm-hmm. Fuck ICE.
Yeah.
Fuck the oligarchy.
Yeah.
Yes. No human is illegal.
Yeah.
Be different. Be yourself.
No, I'm kidding.
Free Palestine.
Yes.
Genocides are bad, okay?
Yes.
And just know that I love you. Don't kill those dolphins. Don't kill dolphins.
And also don't, since it's a movie about the sea, don't try to take revenge on wild animals because they kill people. Let's not ascribe human motives to wild animals. Like, let's not try to murder sharks because it killed a human. Can we not do that? Please, come on.
Yes.
Like, let's be real. Like,
yeah, let's not do that, And be good.
Yeah.
And remember that Sesame loves you too.
I do. True.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.
This episode is brought to you by Athletic Brewing Company. No matter how you do game day, on the couch, in the crowd, or manning the snack table, Athletic Brewing fits right in. With a full lineup of non-alcoholic beer styles, you can enjoy bold flavors all game long. No hangovers, no buzz, no subbing out for water in the second half. Stock the fridge for tip-off with a variety of non-alcoholic craft styles available at your local grocery store or online at athleticbrewing.com. Near beer, fit for all times.